What's up, I'm Shannon with Lawn & Lot. Today we're going to walk you through how to map a house when you take the lights down so that next year your job is much easier than it would be if you didn't, and how to do it in an efficient way so that you're going to reinstall them next year in an efficient way. All right, we're going to dive into the iPad now. Let's say we're marking this house, okay? And I'm just doing this on my iPad. You click those buttons at the bottom and then this little circle thing with the pencil on the top. And we're just going to start right here, okay? So we're going to say that that's the timer and that our power cord's running up from there. I'm going to have a guy that's taking them down while I'm making these markings. So he's going to say, all right, we're going yellow on this first line here. And this does not have to be pretty, guys. Okay, that's the first line. He's going to say, I have number 77, tab 77. So I'm putting it right there by the timer. So I'm going to keep the yellow. And he says, I'm marking it yellow, okay? So we know in our company that when he says I'm marking it yellow, he's going to mark this peak right here, okay? So all I'm going to do here is write RP for reference point. You can make up whatever terminology that you want. When we pull this out of the box next year and I see 77 and I see a yellow zip tie, got it right here, yellow zip tie, and we just use our vest. That's one thing I forgot to mention in the last video. Get the fly fishing vest. It's going to be in the links below as well. That you can keep all your zip ties and stuff in that you need, all your zip ties, your numbers, everything that you need to mark as you're taking down. All right, there, we got one line done. We usually leave this jumper connected to one of the lines. All right, so let's say he says, all right, we're going next line blue. We're going the top, up to the top, runs across that top ridge and down the other side. Now this is one that you can put a zip tie on for a reference point if you want to, but you don't have to, because your number, we try to start our number at where the line's getting power. He says, all right, that's 76. He pulled 76 out of his bag. He says, I'm putting it at power. Okay, so we got 76. We're going to mark 76 in blue right here. We know that the colors go with the colors. There's two numbers right there, but obviously 76 is the blue line and 76 is the yellow. And he may say, hey, I'm marking a reference point here at this top right corner. So if he says that, I'm going to put RP right there. I could also make that, change the size of that line there so it's not so crazy. Some of these are really easy. They don't have 3 or 4 lines, and some of them get a little complicated, so you have to be a little less messy. All right. And then, all right, we got another line. And what color are we doing that? Really doesn't matter. We have this line right here. Let's increase the size of that line again. He says, that is number 75. He pulls it out of his bag. Number 75. And he's going to put that at where it gets power. So he said, I marked it at the peak. So 75 at the peak. Now, all you do is hit done. Done. You don't even have to have internet service on this thing. You can upload them into Jobber for each client at the end of the day. What I will caution you on is this is one of the reasons we're probably going to build out our own mapping program at some point. That would be a lot easier and quicker. Just tap, 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 draw some lines. They'll be straight and look better. If you leave this thing idle, let's say you're putting a number on something that he throws to you, that your removal guy throws to you, and you're putting a number on it, and it times out, you could lose your markings. And that's happened to me before. It just takes your lines away and goes back, reverts to the original photo. So if you're going to do it, don't set it down, don't let it time out. Sometimes it deletes it and sometimes it doesn't. I don't know why. But there's times I've marked like 7 or 8 lines set it down for a second and forgot about it, and then come back to it, and my map's gone, and then I have to be like, oh, stop taking everything down. What was number 75? Where was 76? And then you lose 15 to 20 minutes of your job time because you set your iPad down and let it time out. So that's your warning. Okay, that's it for this one. It's pretty simple. Just be detailed as possible. Like when I was talking about this reference point here at the top right corner, we don't always do those. But if you have a mark, and you could say, like you could even say, because this reference point, your line may go up here. Let me edit this and write on this so that you understand what I'm talking about, because I want to be clear, because it's, if you spend a little bit more time, we're just going to do it in black, okay? This bulb is probably going to be about right here. It's probably not going to go all the way up to the corner of the top peak of this side, because when you pull across and you put your next bulb here, it's going to be one shingle down. It's not going to be right at the top unless you're using ridge clips, which in this case you wouldn't be. Unless we're going back down this back side, we won't hit that peak. We'll come one low and come straight across. So it doesn't look like the bulbs are going up and then kind of coming down. If you've installed this season, you know what I'm talking about. Again, obviously, if we're going up and down that peak, we're going to put one right here. But if we're just going up and across, we're not going to put one at the peak. In that instance, you could say RP, so the reference point, if you put a blue zip tie on that bulb right there, you could say reference point, one shingle down from peak. And you know, whether it's you or somebody else that goes out to install that job next year, when you see 76 here and you see a blue zip tie here, then you're going to know, okay, 76 is going to go down here, and I'm going to start our reference point one shingle down from the peak right here. What that eliminates is if you just see 76, well, do I know, did 77 come all the way to this corner, and did 77 bulb end right here, or did 76 bulb end right here? If you get that wrong, if you run 76 from the corner first up because you want to install your ridges first, and you go up and you don't have that reference point marked, and then you go across and then you come down, and then you're one short here. You're like, ah, crap. I got to redo that whole thing. I'm seriously saving you some heartache here. I got to redo that whole thing. And even if when you installed them, you just pulled them up, say you set your one here, then you pulled it up here and you set one here, and then you set one here, and then you set one here and here, and then you make it to here. That's still 10, 15, that's still 10 minutes that you got to go back and readjust, maybe 5, that you got to readjust and come in, and you're like, oh, 76 starts one bulb up here. Dang. 77 goes all the way to the corner and starts here. This is getting messy, but I hope you understand what I'm saying, is that the more detail that you have on your maps, the faster this goes. So be efficient. Be fast, but be efficient. Efficiency is more important than fast. All right, remember, love God, love others. Let your light reflect that. We'll catch you on the next one.